That was nice and easy. Drop off and pick up.
It works out. Oh, wow.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Good.
Just getting back to Chicago?
Yes. I'm going to Pet Boys.
Pet Boys.
It's on like Elston. It's like
Yeah,
26
I see it, yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That was a nice, easy back drop off and pick up. Nice. Makes
They
your
like to
job
do it
easier.
that way. Yeah, they like to do it that
But
way.
you didn't even know you were picking me up until like it literally we finished one and then another one started.
And it does, and it'll pop up like when I'm dropping off. It'll say, "Hey, do you want to pick up someone?" And I don't look. I just say, "Okay."
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey?
No, but I know of it. I know what you're talking about.
Right, he has to just say yes to
Yes.
everything.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and
I
that's
have
his
to
best little right. I
You're
just
just
watched
like,
with
yes,
my daughter. It's so
yes.
funny. And so that's how I do Uber.
Nice.
I don't
It's
even
like,
look. I don't know where I'm going.
whatever.
I'm here for the adventure. Wherever I go, wherever I end up. Once it's lunchtime, I turn the app off. I go to a restaurant I've never been to.
Yep.
I see the city. That's what I enjoy. about it.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That's good. It's a beautiful day.
Exactly. It's like the last weekend of summer here in Chicago.
Oh
So
my gosh, right? 12:46. So traffic is not great.
no, it's not. Unfortunately.
No, I'm trying to be somewhere at 1 and I'm like, maybe. Like if I change the address on you, does it totally fuck it up? Like,
No. Where you got to go to?
so I think I might have to. I was having you take me to get my car because I just had a rental and I'm done with it, and I need to go pick up my car. But I don't think I have enough time to do that and get to an appointment at 1. I'm gonna text the person really quick. No matter what, we're going all in the general same direction. So
Same direction. Okay, I was going to say.
yeah, it's like the difference. I live like 2 miles from the Pet Boys, so either way, it's.
Yeah. If you want to switch it, it's totally fine.
Okay, let me just text the person I'm meeting up with. It's sort of an interview, so I'm like, oh,
fine.
you hate to like move that.
Yeah, no, again, if you want, just switch it and I'll take you straight there. It's totally fine. Yeah.
Stay the course.
Alrighty.
She's okay with moving it back to 2. So now I'm a little less stressed out. I'm like, I haven't even put makeup on or changed my clothes.
I get it. Yeah, you got to get combobulated.
I know. I don't know. I don't know why this whole like rental car, and I really have no faith that they've actually fixed my car, but we shall see.
Oh, no.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. I don't know Pet Boys. I don't know if I would call it that.
Exactly. I know. So my friend I was like, oh, I got laid off my job, and so I'm like, okay, I gotta just tighten the belts a little bit and make some different choices. So I was like, okay, I'll just go, look for a cheap oil change. And so my friend was like, oh, I go to Pet Boys, it's not bad and whatever. And that's what I do. And I get my oil change. I think very boring, nothing thing. And so they like change my filter, like no big deal, just like a couple $100. And get it home and like don't drive it for a couple days, and then down in my garage I'm like, what is this puddle of something? Oil.
Oh, no.
Oil.
They didn't
Puddle
put
of
the cap
oil.
on. Yeah.
No, but they like really fucked it up because puddle of oil, and I got pictures and everything. Thank God I took like proof, because whatever.
Floor,
and I was like, and so they're like, they said there was, based on the pictures, they said don't drive it, so we towed it back.
Yeah.
They had it. I don't know what they said. They gave me a whole bunch of gibberish answers that I didn't understand. And they're basically like, you need an oil pan. And I was like, why would I need an oil pan? Like, whatever. Like, my car's not that old. It's 2015, 16, 2016.
2016. Okay.
I was like, I don't think. Oh, again, people I've been talking to, my sister knows cars, and she's like, these places, there are these young kids, and they sometimes just fuck it up. And I'm like, damn it. So I was like, all right, well, they'll fix it and whatever. Yeah. So they fixed it, and then I had a rental car, and for a few days, because I'm like, I need a car to drive to my like part-time, making things happen, trying to make money any way I can. I'm like, maybe I should do Uber, but if they fix my car, situation. And so then get my car back, like 3 days later, and 2 days after that, I was like driving, or I drove and then like parked my car, and then again another puddle. Less of a puddle, but a puddle nonetheless. Like too much to, not do something about.
Oh, for sure.
Not a drip, but a puddle. Yeah. So they're like, I wonder what it could be, and we don't really. And I'm like, okay, is your most senior person working on it? Like, he's like, I'm working on it, and our master whatever technician, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay, and so they're like, and we're reaching out to the forums to see like what it costly could be. So they're like stumped. I'm like, would you like me to take you to an Audi dealership and like have them, have them fix it, and you can pay for it?
Yeah.
Yep. And and they're like, no, we take responsibility. I can't approve that. I'm like, okay, well then you best be fixing it. And then, so then I asked them to pay for my first rental. Yeah. And I felt like, I don't know, not bitchy, but just like, hey, I'm out of work and like $100 is $100 for me.
This is an oil change. This is not hard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
this should not have been. And now I have zero. And then now the third time, I'm like, I have zero face. So they've actually submitted a claim within Pet Boys. So I'm hopefully getting this 2 rentals because I have had this rental for a week.
Yeah.
And they, so they hopefully have fixed it. So I'm going to pick it up along with all the paperwork of air quotes what they did because I don't believe it.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, do I just go take it straight to Audi and be like, hey, they fixed it. Can you please check it? And I'm going to make them pay for your time to check it to make sure it's like looks good to you. They didn't fuck it up more. Because, like, I don't know, like, they gave me a new oil pan and they had to seal it with silicone or whatever that needed time to dry. And I was like, okay, well, that makes logical sense, even though I know nothing about cars.
3 hours?
But no, 24 hours. 24 hours both times. And 24 hours both times, but then that wasn't enough to seal it because something about, like, the pressure of the engine pushes on it. And that's why you need to make sure the seal is solid. And I'm like, okay. And so the pressure of the, like, created another crack. So it wasn't perfectly sealed or whatever. And you only really can tell that if you, like, drive it around a little bit and create that pressure. And I was like, I'm sorry, but, like, again, why don't you know these things? This is like an oil change 101.
If you know that, drive it around first before you give it to
the first time they did not. They just, like, sealed it up and were like, good luck to you.
Good luck, bye. How it turns out.
Yeah. And then now I'm like, so they've been very apologetic and nice. And I'm like, as long as you're trying to fix the issue and you're going to pay for my whatever. But I was like, I'm just pissed. I'm just like, it's a nuisance. It's not, it's like somewhat stressful, but it's mostly just a nuisance. Because I'm like, I don't have time. I would rather be chilling out and playing in my garden. And, you know, like just, I had my friend was over with her dog and my dog were playing. And I was like, I'd rather hang out with you guys.
Yeah, than deal with this stuff. But then on top of that, it's like you aren't able to work if what you need to do. So there's lots of income that's happening.
I know. And that's what I know. And that's why I was like, I had to figure out how do I quantify that. So I'm like, in theory, I'm, you know, an hour late to an interview, you know, like, again, it is loss of income.
It's loss of income, and it should be factored in and that's the other side of it. It's like, this isn't just the car isn't working, but it's like, I need the car in order to work.
Exactly. So that's why I got the rental car. I'm like, I must drive or else I can't get my limited income, my little income here and there. That's just helping me like make ends meet for a little bit. Yeah. And so it's just been a little bit.
Well, one thing you can do, you can rent a car through Uber. If you get approved for it, they'll rent you a car. So even if you don't want to use your car, and you can drive for them, and it's like whatever the amount is, you don't actually pay anything out of pocket. They just go, you know, drive for Uber, and they deduct it. So you do like 10 rides, you make a couple $100, and that pays for the rental for the week, unlimited miles.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, it's really pretty.
That's a pretty good deal. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get an electric car.
Electric would be so cool.
Yeah, exactly. So it does a lot of stuff.
That's so cool. I would not mind doing that. I'm like, and I'm making ends meet, but I just, you know, like I'm doing this and that and the other thing, and I just, you know, I just have to figure out a way to get through the winter and whatever. And so, because in my area, it's like no one hires until like February, so it's But I'm working on, again, the interview is a potential to do some stuff in the fall and again make money here. I just finished a couple of big jobs that bring in a few grand here and there, so that's very helpful.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's listening.
Making the ends meet.
Making the ends meet. I'm sure you understand as an Uber driver. I'm sorry, like it seems like a good way to make ends meet.
Yeah, it is. It definitely helps. That's definitely why I started doing it. Yeah. And it definitely works pretty good. Yeah, and it pays like $20 to $25 an hour.
Fine.
Yeah, which is
like again for just like driving around and whatever and
make the exactly.
Yeah. And it's like what I like about it too is like the whole you got nothing going on today, or you feel like making some money, or you're like other day you're like I don't feel like it, right?
Right.
It's very set your own schedule, work when you want to work. Because like sometimes on a random like Tuesday night I'm like I'm bored. Right. I'll drive. You know?
Exactly. And you can always do like food deliveries too, like Grubhub or Uber Eats or anything like that. And those pay about the same.
Yeah.
But you get to kind of stay a little more local. You can have a little more structure about what it is you're doing. If you don't want, people in your car, you don't necessarily trust that idea. You can do packages, you can do food.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, and that also works.
Right, I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
I've even had some Ubers deliver on like bike, or maybe it was Grubhub, but like one of them deliver. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can do food deliveries. Yeah, that way.
You never know what the city, the poor bikers in the city.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you live in the city or the suburbs?
I live in the suburb, but like right right outside of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's right in between both. It's in
That's
Berwyn.
nice.
Yeah, Berwyn.
Oh yeah, I know Berwyn. Yeah.
Yeah, so right there. But I just moved to Berwyn in February from Edgewater, north of Chicago.
Oh, Edgewater. Yeah. I grew up in Park Ridge.
Park Ridge. Okay, so yeah, right there.
I know that. I know the area. Yeah. I used to play volleyball in Edgewater.
Cool. Yeah, exactly. A lot of volleyball. And I like the beaches there.
Yeah, Edgewater's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend was gonna move there. Her husband's a cop, and like apparently a lot of Chicago cops live in Edgewater.
Really?
It's like close enough to like count or something. I don't quite get that, but whatever.
Is it Edgewater's Chicago proper?
I think that's why. Like
Yeah.
it's like so it's like living in the suburbs, but like
Oh
you know.
yeah.
So
Or maybe because I think I'm trying to think. There's Beverly is where a lot of police officers go for exactly that reason.
Yeah, same reason. Like get a little bit further away from the city, and like have a neighborhood. But
exactly, but you're still in the city.
yeah, it still is proper.
Yeah, what I liked about Loyola is it is you are in the city, but like you don't feel like you're in the city.
Yes.
But you're right there.
Yes. Yeah, I was in Oak Park last night, and I was like, I really like Oak Park. Like it's just it's city-ish, and it's like. Got a nice little community, and a friend of mine, this guy that I'm dating, is like there. He lives there and like knows a bunch of people in the community. And we went to the movie theater, and I was like, this is just like just cute and nice and fun. And
oh, so you're right there on Lake, the movie theater on Lake Street.
yeah, you know it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so cute, and just
Yeah, where I am in Berwyn is right where Oak Park ends. You cross the street, and that's Berwyn.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, I know they're pretty close. I just
they're
don't.
right next to each
I don't totally know my way around like Oak Park to Berwyn. I've never done that, but I just like. Yeah,
sure.
I know they're close. That's about it. It's funny, like when you get to my mom just moved. We got her in she's in a senior living facility kind of place in Northbrook/Glenview, and so now I'm driving her from here to there and here to my sister's. All that, and so I'm like getting to know different neighborhoods and different areas, and I love Chicago. I've been here all my life, and I'm different areas, but I like it. They're all trying to convince me to move to the Burbs. I'm like, I don't know, I like it here.
As someone who just moved to the Burbs, don't move to the Burbs.
Yeah. Well, I'm single too, so it's just like there's more fun things to do, for me, and like it's not weird that I'm single. Everyone's just like, what else? Who cares? I'm single too. Like all my friends are single and or married with no kids or whatever. It's just different situations. Which,
sure, in the suburbs.
It's not weird. In the suburbs, I feel like they'd be like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, it's very family. Yeah,
exactly. And I love kids. I love family.
Sure.
I have lots of friends with kids and family.
Yeah.
Just didn't work out that way in my life. It's just so I want to be where I feel comfortable.
Totally understand that. Yeah, and that's honestly why I'm like, I should move back out of this. Yeah, it was, I have a daughter, and I was like, I thought we were going to get more time, but if I was closer, because her mom lived in Oak Park.
Okay.
But as soon as I got a house in Oak Park, and I'm not exaggerating, the day that we were closing was the 17th of January was the closing, and she told me the 16th, we're moving out of Oak Park.
Shit.
Right? And so I'm like,
damn it!
Right?
That's why I moved.
And she's 40 minutes now from Oak Park.
Oh, that sucks.
Right?
That sucks.
And it's like
might as well be the city then. Yeah,
exactly. Right? And it is. What's crazy is she didn't know that I was moving.
Oh.
And so she was like, "Oh, we're gonna move to over here," and I'm like, "You thought I was up north, and you moved 40 minutes away from where you were."
Yeah.
But now it's like the only reason it's the same is because I moved closer. But if I move away, now it's double. And then she goes, "Oh, I can't believe you would do that. Why would you double it like that?" When she was the one that doubled it.
She's the one who moved it.
But it's right. Somehow it's me. Anyways.
Yeah.
Super fun. Super
fun relationship stuff.
Super fun. So I'm just like, cool.
You got your daughter, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, for now. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. She's getting close to be a teenager.
Yeah, you got that limited time to get it where she still wants to hang out with you.
And it's not. She doesn't. So.
Yeah, you're like, okay, it's like pulling teeth anyway.
Yeah, so I'm just
so
like,
hard.
So what am I supposed to do? It's like, and honestly, I'm not from here. The only reason I'm here, I'm from California.
Oh yeah.
The only reason I'm here is for have time with her. But if she doesn't want to have time, what am I doing in Illinois?
Yeah,
I don't like being cold. I hate it.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, half the year being a little chilly.
Yeah, and honestly, for me, it's 9 months.
Oh yeah,
in California, in 2 weeks, it's going to be too cold for me here.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yes, I get it. I might have family who's lived in California and loved it, and I was like, I don't understand. I don't understand. It'd be nice in 70s all the time. What?
I like it. It's great.
I love
That's
it.
what I'm used
No,
to.
so nice, so nice. Yeah, my sister-in-law, so she's basically in your position. She and my brother divorced, and she and I are still super close. I love her.
That's great.
And she, like, I think if she didn't have kids, like they never had kids, I bet she would be back in California.
Right.
But fast forward, she found another great guy, and he moved here from Texas. So now we got two people who like it warm, and they're both in Chicago, and I'm like, God bless you. But I'm happy they're here because I like them here.
That's good, at least.
I get to see my nieces more.
Yeah, and that's really it. It's like being close while they're kids, being close now, that's a thing. But it's like now I'm like, it's fine. I can just get her a plane ticket if she wants to come anytime.
Yeah. If you go back to California, I mean, California is great. Also expensive, right?
Crazy
like it's even more expensive than because like Chicago's an expensive city, like up there with whatever. Not quite New York, but like isn't it like California, New York, and then Chicago is like the third ish of like expensive places to live.
Yeah, expensive, and also in city size. Like New York's the first biggest city, and then LA is number 2, Chicago number 1. Right, and then that transfers too. But then, like, was it San Jose, which is where I lived before I moved to Chicago, is the most expensive city in the United States.
Really?
Yeah, per what you make versus the cost of housing.
Oh man.
But San Jose, Santa Clara County, which is what I love. I loved it out there.
Were the fires there? I'm not actually like. I don't know the geography as well as
There's
I.
There's a lot. It depends on what year. So
There's always fires, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So the Southern California was not near there. But there were 2016, 2017, those were Northern California fires, those big ones. Yeah. And those were literally, my hometown was the Tubbs fire. That was Coffee Park area where I grew up. Yeah. And that was the Santa Rosa. That was the 2016 fire. Oh, God, and it was so nuts. Scary. I mean, it was nuts. Like friends whose like parents, like, I grew up with them and their parents like lost their houses. Yeah. My dad, like 2 of his neighbors went down. My mom, one of their neighbors, my sister, because they all lived within 5-6 blocks, and they were just like, we're just watching the fire come. And fortunately, none of my family got touched. None of my family, none of the house didn't lose anything.
It's just so scary. Fire is,
Yeah.
Wow, that's scary. Glad that your family is all safe. That's
exactly
very nice.
Yeah.
But like how weird to like lose everything.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just and just seeing like where I grew up, because you knew where all the streets, you knew what the drive was, and it looks completely different. It's all different houses, right? It's all new houses. So it's such a big change. But they, people grow, they change how they build the houses and to make them more flame retardant and all that stuff too, which is But it's nice. It's definitely more affordable out here. Barely now, but it was when I came here in 2018. It was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, depending on the neighborhood too. Like, certain places, certain areas. Like, I'm not in an affordable area, but like I'm in like West Lakeview, and it's it's pricey. But I mean, I'm earning my equity with my mortgage and all that stuff. So I'm just like, okay. And someone just sold in the building, and it's just crazy. Good right now to sell, but I'm like, okay, but where am I going to go? Am I going to rent? Am I going to,
Yeah, right. All the money you make from selling, you have to spend.
I might blow it all, just renting for a couple of years.
Exactly. It's like, what? No way. It's unfortunate. Yeah, so you grabbed a condo then?
Yeah, I've lived in 2 different condos for pretty much my entire time in the city.
Oh, nice.
I guess I rented for a few years too. My sister's like, you need to buy it. I'm like, I don't want to. I want to be a free spirit. And then I bought it, and I was like, oh, I love having a home. I love having like mine. So I lived in one place I owned for like 14 years, and this one I've been in since 2017. So it's been a while.
Nice. Yeah,
it's been good. Good home to me.
That's good. And
that's what's hard. It's like losing the job. I'm like, okay, I have to like reassess my, like maybe how can I keep this, and what do I do, and and I have some family who generously were like, come live with us, because my sister's an empty nester now, so she has 2 girls, and basically they're both like probably not going to be living at home anytime, so they got 2 extra bedrooms, and I'm like, maybe I could do that for a year or 2 and just like get on my feet and figure things out.
Can you rent, or do you
I could rent my place. I could.
Okay.
Which I considered doing all of that, and then I got this job in February, and I was like, okay, I'm good. And then I got laid off, and then because they just didn't have enough work, and so just a tricky. I changed careers midlife like a big dummy, but I have much happier.
That's got a lot of people do that, and it's actually part of. I was talking to a neurologist about that I had in the car, and they said that a lot of people. That's part of keeping your brain young is doing something new, doing something different.
Oh my God, my brain learning. Everyone's like, you're in school. I'm like, I love it because my classes I love. Like it just like, it's all interesting to me. I like totally geek out on this stuff. I'm like, one of my friends was like, you have to go to work and then go to class. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but I chose this. Like I wanted this. It's not like I'm, it's not like no one forced me. I'm choosing this, and I'm happy with my choice.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So what were you doing before, and what are you doing now?
So before I was I was like a vice president of a company in technology. It was employee benefits. So like we created websites for people to do their their medical and dental insurance and all that good stuff.
Sure.
And so like big companies, like all that their names and whatever. So we'd build websites. So it was like a lot of coding and development and project management and people management and whatever. Yeah. And then I did that for like my entire career of 20-something years, almost 25 years. And then I left that, and then now I'm doing something totally different. So I'm doing landscape design and hopefully some landscape restoration and all things horticulture. I call myself a gardener, and then so I've been like so I just like finished a friend's garden, like planting everything up like the last 2 days. And that was a lot of fun. And so small scale, but I worked for a company that did like bigger, like very high end, like a lake forest, nice high end, big yards and everything. So that was great designing for them. So I'm talking to someone today. She does in the city, like people like to do their pots and make them all beautiful or whatever for different seasons. And she does like a fall thing. And I'm like, I just reached out to her on Facebook, and I'm like, I love your pots. They're gorgeous. Like, do you need any extra hands for the crunch time of fall planting everyone's pots, like in, probably like 2 weeks, you know what I mean?
Right.
That you need to like get it done fast. And anyway, so I was like, I do landscape design. I've done 1 million pots, for various people, myself and other friends and family, been paid to do that also. And I love it. And I just love plants. Like anywhere I can be around plants for, all of my time, it makes me happy. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah. So I've been taking a bunch of classes up at the Botanic Gardens, and it's just been it's been a good thing.
Nice. Okay. Really that's a fun switch going from working in technology to working.
And I love tech. Like I'm like so happy. Like so many of my friends are like afraid of tech, and I'm like, I'm not afraid of tech. I'm just like, I am behind now on things because I'm like AI came around. I'm like, I don't even know how AI would impact my old business. Like no idea.
Yeah.
But I'm like, maybe I can figure out how to crack that code with landscape design and like get it to render shit faster than I can do by hand.
Sure, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
Because people want to see stuff. People want to see pictures, and I can draw something, but it's like not that great. It's like okay.
And you can take with AI. You can say this is what the art looks like. Now design it with this, or this, and it can generate a couple of ideas. Crazy. Yeah, and that is beneficial. Yeah, what I do so 9 to 5 when I'm not doing this. I'm a cloud infrastructure engineer.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I do the techie stuff, and then I do this, but then also the house I got in Berwyn. I has a yard. I haven't had a yard in 10 years. So like I've got a giant yard, and then it's actually a boatload of space, like too much. Because it was,
I love that.
The house was 3 2-bedroom apartments that they converted into one house.
Oh, okay.
So like they turned the one apartment into and so it's a lot of space, and they all have like how like Chicago apartments or they have that like outside storage closet and all that. All 3 of them have like all 3 floors have that big storage thing. And when I'm not, one of the things I got into is mycology. I love growing mushrooms.
Oh, cool, cool.
And so the other thing I want to look into is like hydroponics, because I have it's west facing. It was a deck, but they enclosed it. So it's got glass, like big windows, and it gets a ton of sun. And I'm like, I could probably grow hydroponics in there during the wintertime.
Oh, yeah.
So that's something I want to learn.
That is so interesting. Yeah, hydroponics is supposed to be super cool.
Yeah.
Like you have to keep it like ridiculously clean. Like like that. That's the piece about it. That's
like, gonna be my downfall then.
Right? Because like unlike mushrooms, like they need it like super clean and whatever.
They do, they need it sterile.
Mushroom. Okay, so now I don't want to offend you in any way, but like do you do anything with like the whole have you heard about this whole like movement where mushrooms can help potentially like undo traumas and like that whole world?
100%.
I think that is so fucking cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's 2 great books, documentaries, How to Change Your Mind on Netflix.
Yes, that one I have. Yes.
Yeah, and then obviously there's the Fantastic Fungi and all that. But I mean, I'm a huge proponent of psychedelic assisted therapy. Right. And it truly saved my life. Like I was underneath a mountain of depression going through custody battle, moving to
Oh,
Chicago,
God, yes.
which before I moved here, I would have told you I would rather die than come here.
Oh my God,
It
yeah.
was, and
Wow.
splitting up, going through all this stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's a lot of shit.
Exactly. And so
Wow.
psychedelic assisted therapy, I mean, it got me out from under that. I was able to do 10 years of
therapy in like a shorter,
Exactly. And it
See,
was
I think that is so fucking brilliant and cool, and it's just so interesting how, whatever, back in the 70s or whatever, exactly, maybe 60s, was like, oh, the psychedelic stuff is like, they like created a campaign to like basically poo-poo it all, and I'm like, no, like not all things are good and not all things are bad. For the right reasons, for the right things, whatever. It's just so fascinating how like sometimes government is complete shit, and they like have a campaign against things. I'm like, that's so stupid, because in my head I'm like, this is your brain on drugs, like all that bullshit. Just like
for what reason?
Exactly.
Racism. Turns out it's racism. There's a great book, Dr. Carl Hart, and it's by Dr. Carl Hart, and it's called Drug Use for Grown-Ups. And it's about the fact that like for one, in the Constitution of the United States of America, which the presidents are supposed to uphold and swear by,
right,
as our police and military, it is unconstitutional. It says to prohibit any substance, any form of prohibition is unconstitutional in the United States of America. But we've got Nixon created, the war on drugs, and they had the original, right? They called, when they switched cannabis to marijuana, and then they made it seem like it was crazy, so they would be anti-Mexican. And it's every form of prohibition is rooted in racism. Period. It's not a question. It's not a question. The reason they stopped cocaine became illegal, you used to get it in a soda fountain, right? It used to be Coca-Cola. You know who were not allowed at soda fountains? Black people. So once they start once now you get where it's like, well, they're not allowed to have cocaine because it makes them crazy, gets them too hyped up. They're not allowed to do blah 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 blah. And it was just this control of people of color. That's all it was. That's why they say the war on drugs is the war on people. Actually, factually, it's just the people of the world. Yeah. And so and again, with how to change your mind, looking at that psychedelic assisted therapy, it's like it makes sense. And this is the thing that I learned recently that I'm like, duh. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so, duh. Not that one, but this new one. All right, so this new fact is, how do I explain it? Okay, in order for a drug to be sold, patented, and say this is the drug to treat your depression, right? An antidepressant, okay? Right. It has to beat a placebo drug in 3 clinical trials. Oh, wow. 3. Okay, in order to be approved. Yeah. So what a drug company does when they want their new version of it, they just do 10 clinical trials, and it'll fail in 7. But the 3 that it beats placebo, which is a sugar pill, it goes, here we go. So we beat it. Okay, because a lot of people say, oh, microdosing is just placebo. Yes. Yeah. The placebo effect is actually one of the strongest forms of medication we have. Yeah. Actually, totally. If you believe it'll help you, it helps you oftentimes better than medicine. Yeah. So, and this is what I realized: all these medicines that they have you on, they're approved, that they're accepted. It's just as fake. Yeah. You might as well do street drugs. It's no different. If you believe they're gonna fix it, you have just as much odds. So then I'm like, okay, I'm paying $1,000 a month for insurance that's gonna give me this poison that, I mean, I'm not to be so crass, but like the side effects of these things, your penis stops working, you can't poop. You get what I'm saying? Your mouth is dry 36 hours. Like what? All these so many side effects. Yeah, and it's like, and the other side effect of the antidepressant is you want to kill yourself. Yeah. What? Yeah. How? Shrooms have never made me want to kill myself. Never once. That's good. Because it's weird because I have like an unhealthy like fear of shrooms, but I like totally want to try it because I'm like, why am I afraid of this? Like I need to do it with safe people, of course. Yeah. But I don't know. I just like I want to totally explore that because I've dealt with depression too, and just like and I did all the different therapies to help, and nothing was helping. So I did do antidepressants, and I'm like, and they worked really well for me. And then they didn't, and so then I tried a different one, and now they're again. But it's funny because I think when I was young, I think I had depression with a hint of anxiety, and as I get older, I feel like I have anxiety with a hint of depression. Like it's like my body has just changed, like I'm just and like today the stupid like car thing. Like I was like everything's fine. I don't have to go to this interview. I could blow it. I could do nothing today. Right. I have total choice. All the things I do to calm myself down, but I was having all this anxiety. I'm like, what is this about? I'm like, So I'm just trying to calm myself, and I did all my coping things, and they all worked, which is like,
I sang in the car on the way to drop my car off, you know, and I'm just like sitting here, just taking deep breaths and like talking to you and just like being present in this moment, and like that calms me.
Yeah, and that's the thing I learned. And again, psychedelics really helped me create those methods and reinforce those things. Yeah. And it's like, you know,
cool.
It really truly took about 3 years of process. And this is where I was taking strong doses of psychedelics 2 or 3 times a week for years.
Wow.
And that's at the end of that, the depression was gone, and and the anxiety, and
it's just like, whoa.
Yeah, I used to wear grind guards for my teeth
because you drank
all day, because I would clench my jaw all day. And it started with I would need one every 3 days. And then it was 1 or 2 a day. I definitely knew one before I go to bed. And then it was like 3 a day, 4 a day, 5, 6 a day. And it was this anxiety. What was I holding on to?
Yes.
What was I doing? And then with the psychedelic therapy, I would get these feelings. And I went through what it was I was doing. And it was obviously the agony of, you know, my family and breaking up and all these things and this fear. And I was constantly walking around scared and anxious and worried that it was going to happen.
Fight,
because and it was like, I was just able to realize it and go, oh, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. And when I learned, another fun one was when I learned enlightenment, right? Everybody talks about enlightenment. You achieve enlightenment. Get to it, and it was, and I everybody thinks, even I thought, like, you enlighten mean you figured something out, and you understand everything about the universe, right? And then I learned what enlightenment actually means, and enlightenment isn't that. It's a physical aspect. You're holding on to all this stuff. You just let it go, and that's enlightenment. That's it. You've enlightened your load.
Yes, you've lightened your load. Yes, exactly.
And that's it. And again, and that was like the beginning one. And another fun one when I first took them was
such a good one. Sorry, I have to sit on that one for just another minute. I'm like, that was a good one because I am a big like let go of things, let go of people, let go of others, let go of results. Like because the more I'm unhappy, it's because I'm usually trying to control somebody or something, and I'm like, I can't control this. If I'm in traffic, like I can't control traffic. Traffic's gonna happen.
Yes.
And I know better than on a Sunday afternoon, you know, on a beautiful weekend, and everyone's doing things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know. Don't be not surprised, and just be like, okay, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And but the more I let go and lighten my load of like what I'm carrying around, and I used to carry so many other people's shit.
Right.
And it would like spin in my head, whether it was like friends or family or whatever, just like the drama of a work thing or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not carrying any of that stuff anymore. It's so much lighter for me.
So now
I love that. Okay, tell me the next one.
So for the mushrooms, right?
Yeah.
So, and this will help you with your first time, because this is about my first time after I took them as a teenager, but then I didn't for decades. I was very anti-drug. I was in a cult. I was very anti-drug. So that was a fun thing. And, but then I was like, I got out of it, and I was like, okay, I started using cannabis medicinally. I hurt my back, and that worked a lot.
Yeah.
So then I was looking at psychedelics for therapy, and my first time, because I finally got some, and I was going to take them, and I remember, right? Oh, you got it. Your mushroom trip is coming, right? And you like, I had that anxiety of like, what do I got to do to get ready? I got to get the right music. I got to get the right food going. I got to make sure I got a couple of joints for my trip, the music for my trip, the space for my trip. I got to do my bed for my trip. I got to get everything ready. I'm going to stretch for my trip. I'm going to have everything ready. I have a trip sitter. I got everything for my trip ready. And then I took the mushrooms, and as they started, I could feel the effects coming. I heard a voice in my head say, no one asked you, but you've been on a trip your whole life, and you're now going to get to step off the ride for 6 hours. And that was the trip. It wasn't that I was on a trip. It was that I got to step off the ride, and I got to separate from all of my life, and I got to look at it and go, oh man, this is a ride. Yeah. I'm just a little seed riding in the ocean. I'm crashing against the waves, and I'm trying to make something out of it. Yeah. But it's all happening around me, and it is all chaos. But there's a beauty to it, sure. Yeah. But I'm just playing my part, and it's going to come and it's going to go, and I'm just here for the ride. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah. And so psychedelics can bring that to you, and it's there. It's an exploration of self, and the thing I would say,
I'm so open to. I love.
It sounds like it, and it sounds like you have. So I'll take, because again, I'm really big on the spiritual practice of it. I've done a lot to it. I can share some of the tips that I have, which are which are if you know someone who can get you mushrooms.
That's the part we don't know, because my sisters and I have been talking about it. We're like, well, where do you get it at? Because isn't it like still sort of illegal or whatever?
It's 100% illegal.
Because as we've been talking about, we're like, you have to find someone safe, and like, you know, just, and the whole like, be like all the things you said about your trip. Like I would do it with my sister, caring for me, you know, like being with me and like making me feel safe in case, you know, creating space, because like she's super safe for me in all areas. Both my sisters.
That's wonderful.
One of them is just further away in North Carolina.
I gotcha. And so that's what you do. So the thing to do then is you get a certain amount. I always say recommend getting like a half ounce, not to take it all in one shot because that's way too much, but a half ounce is 14 grams. And so I go by gram measurements, and I start with a gram. A gram is, if you've ever smoked marijuana, it's not much different than smoking marijuana. I call it, it's like adjacent. It's like you're stoned with a little something extra. It's not that bad. 2 grams, which is my favorite amount. 2 grams is a strong dose. You get a lot of the visuals, you get a lot of the feelings, you get a lot of the emotional stuff, but it's a very mild trip. You're still here, you're looking at trees, but they're just wobbling a little.
They're just
wobbling
a little
brighter. It's a little more colors. It's really nothing. It's nothing.
I'd be like 1 gram to start with for sure, because I'm like, because I also know I have something weird, and I don't know how to explain it because I don't know what it is at all. Sure. So like all of my siblings, so I have 4 siblings, and all of them have like smoked pot and or done, you know, gummies or whatever, you know, like all the things. And my nieces too, like, so like we're all very open to whatever. But and I've tried it multiple times, and I used to smoke, so I know how to inhale and all those things. I've tried gummies, but it like never works on me, and it never. I never have the good stuff. I'm always just like, I'm paranoid and I feel like I can eat a whole chicken right now. But like, you know, but like I never have any goodness. And so, and I always have the bad things. So I get paranoia and I get like, so anyway, so I am like, I don't know if it's going to work on me. So I'm like, and so I'm very open to it. And I have my niece who's like, okay, I want you to try this one because I think this will be good for this. I want you to try that one. So anyway, she's like, so like, she's so like good for me because she knows I deal with anxiety and stuff like that.
That's great.
So like I have people, you know, helping me therapeutically, if you will. Yeah. And I still am just like, I don't know if it's gonna work for me. It's just like, because marijuana like just doesn't. Yeah. So it just doesn't do you think it would maybe not work for me because mushrooms are adjacent, you know, in the feelings, or no? Totally different.
I don't know. Are you on any antidepressants currently?
Yes.
That's probably
the why. But I wasn't when I did it when I was, you know, young. Okay. Like I've only been on antidepressants for like, well, probably like more than 10 years, but I have to think about it for a bit.
Sure.
But I definitely did marijuana like when I was young, when I was in college and stuff, and I wasn't on anything, and I still had the same thing. And I get more from like a glass of wine, like 2 glasses of wine. You know, like I get a nice buzz and I feel great. I'm just like, whee! So I have like, you know, experienced highs that way, if you will. But like alcohol is a depressant, so it like actually fucks me up the next day, and I enjoy it the day of, and then the next day I pay for it. I'm like, okay. So as I get older, I'm like, not worth it anymore. No, can't really do it.
Not. Now that effect thing, I've had some people say, oh, I've taken shrooms, I don't feel them, they don't work on me, they don't do anything. Yeah. And the way to get around that is what's called lemon tech, TEK. So lemon tech is where you take the mushrooms and you grind them up and you soak them in lemon juice for about 20 to 30 minutes. The reason why is all mushrooms are made out of this thing called chitin, CHIT, and that's the same stuff that shrimp and crab shells are made out of. Okay, your body can't digest it easily. It's very hard, in fact. So a lot of people take shrooms and they feel a nausea, they feel uncomfortable, and it's the chitin from that. So if you soak it in lemon juice, you don't have that worry, that anxiety, because your body's reacting to it, and it can't process it to get the psilocybin out of the mushroom body. So you pre-digest it, you soak it in lemon juice, it gets it out, you get a more intense trip that also lasts half as long. So I always lemon tech. I always soak in lemon. It's a better trip.
I love lemon.
Yeah, and what I like to do, and so there's a great artist. His name is East Forest. He has Spotify playlists. He has some great albums to check out, music to do mushrooms to, or music for mushrooms. Okay. Right? Music to be born to, music to die to, and all of these are albums that he made while tripping. Wow, and these are part of ceremonies, is what he calls them. And what I love about the music is if you listen to the albums, they'll take you through the up and down emotional process, the rhythm of the music, the way it picks up. I've observed people. I remember I saw it in myself one time where I started feeling really anxious and like really worried and like taking the shrooms and like, I don't know, like something I was just feeling uneasy. And then the song kind of changed this, it was doing this tension and this rattle, and it made me feel like, oh, I don't know, like anxious. And then it just let it all dissipate.
Nice.
And I felt better, and I was like, oh, and I had a realization. And then I watched somebody else at that same part in the music, and I was like, let's see, give it 30 seconds and see what happens.
Yeah.
And that it dissipated in the same way. They were like, you know what, I think it's good. They're like, I don't know, something's wrong. And then at the end, they're like, you know what, I think it's okay. I think everything's good. And it was, and the music takes you on that journey. It really, it's really, really great.
Well, I love music, and it always hits me in like a beautiful way. And so I love like anything musical, I would be down with.
And so
I just went to Spotify to like go find some of that stuff.
East Forest, yeah, that's and so the thing I like to do is once I take the mushrooms, I take the lemon tech. It takes about 10 to 20 minutes for them to take off. And if you meditate, do breath work, something like that, calming breath work for the 10 minutes, by the time the 10, 15, 20 is over, then you started tripping, you've just meditated. So you're in that meditative, more calm state. Yeah. And then you can move forward with the trip.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're almost here. Okay, that wasn't so bad at all. It's probably because we talked the whole time.
That's exactly why I love doing that. Is you just hang out, have a conversation, and it's just a good time.
It should be like right here with the Oh, cross your fingers for me.
I'm crossing them. I'm got them both crossed.
So fun talking to you. I was
It
like,
really
I
was.
love learning all sorts of fun stuff. Like, I just didn't want to offend because not everyone is like into this, but I am.
I 100% am. I 100% am.
Okay, there's my card. You're gonna be okay, baby. You're dripping oil.
Let's hope so.
All right, your card. Oh, nice chat with you, John.
Likewise.
Take
Have a
care.
good one.